everyone, this is Deborah with Hello My Garden, and we had a hard freeze last night, so I am harvesting my Okinawan sweet potatoes. I also have 2 more of these smart pots of different types of sweet potatoes to harvest, so kind of busy today. I might even end up just leaving some of them in there. It's going to be a reasonably warm week, even though we had a hard freeze last night. It got down to 24 degrees here. This right here is about a 200-gallon fabric smart pot, and I like them very much for sweet potatoes. But these Okinawans, I found 2 of the sweet potatoes had gone down really deep. So I think I would prefer a little more shallow one next time. I have the 100-gallon shallower ones for the other 2 bags of sweet potatoes that I have yet to harvest. In any case, I didn't want to show you the whole harvest because it was going to take too long, so I'll show you a little bit of probably not the whole rest. I'm going to pull out because these for some reason have been a little bit more troublesome. Like I said, there was a deep one, and they're a little bit more spaced out than some of my other sweet potato harvests. I found a couple of them were cracked, and I think that was because we had such a dry summer and I really had no rain, and that was disappointing. These smart pots are wonderful for drainage, so if you live somewhere where it rains a little bit too much, you know, this is going to be I think a good option. And of course you would prefer to have less rain than too much rain, and so I haven't decided next year if we're going to be growing sweet potatoes, because the disadvantage to having all these containers that I'm using is that there's no way for me to rotate crops. So I got to plant them in the same place over and over again if I want to grow them, or else keep buying them, and of course that's going to be too expensive, plus filling them with dirt is super expensive. And I have there's Okinawan right here, and so I'll show you, I'll scan the camera to the ones that I've dug up so far when I'm done at least pulling a few of these up for you. But here's a nice little Okinawan. I did clip a little of the edge of some of them, and I don't think this one is enough. I am kind of trimming the edges here, or trimming off the root here. I don't know if you could see. No, this one doesn't look like you could see too much purple, but I do believe this time I have real Okinawans. And I know last year, if you saw my videos, I was very excited for a crop of what I thought were Okinawans, and when I cooked them and tasted them, they were not Okinawans. But these ones, I believe are. In fact, I'm pretty 100% sure they are. Plus, from the source I got them from is Baker Creek Seeds, and I find they're pretty reputable, so I'm confident that these are Okinawan sweet potatoes. So I'll dig up a few more. I don't want to keep you guys watching bore you by watching the entire harvest, but I did find some cracks. Did I mention? I'm not sure what I've said so far, but I did find some cracks in a few of them, and I think that was because of the bad rain and the uneven rain. And that's a little disappointing, but these aren't going to last too long. We'll be eating them as soon as we cure them. Here's another one. There you go. Another one. So the sizes are pretty good. This is a perfect size right here. There's some smaller ones. I got 2 or 3 really pretty big ones. Now my stepmother is Japanese, and she said that they prefer the smaller Okinawans. So I think this is a really good size. See, there's a crack right there. So there's one with a little bit of a crack in it. So I'm taking that to be from the uneven watering due to the lack of rain, and my work schedule was such that I just really didn't have time to water them. And we had something like 90 containers in use here, so my water bill last month was exorbitant. I told y'all, I think my last video was over $300, and that's ridiculous. So we're going to be changing a lot of the way we're growing next year. maybe that'll be helpful for y'all. I don't know. We're going to find ways to conserve the water, produce probably a little bit less food, because we do have maybe more than what we can eat. We're still toying with the, trying to do a lot of the raw, if not 100%, a lot of raw foods, and so which will influence what we grow. Here's another little one, little Okinawan. Okay, so I'm gonna keep digging here. I did also do an experiment with an Okinawan in one of my other little smart pot beds, because I've heard on the internet that you can just do a vine cutting. I don't know if that's going to be a sweet potato down there. You could just do a vine cutting and grow it, a sweet potato from vine cutting. I'm not 100% sure that's true, but what I did was I took one of these were growing. I snipped off some of the vine and I planted it in the other bed. So we'll see if we had any sweet potatoes from that one. So, and I'll share that with you when I dig that bed up. I do want to mention that these had a very long growing season. I planted them in May, and so it's really the middle of November now, so that was a good, full 6 going on 7 months, right? So it's a long growing season to get to where I am here, and I had read that Okinawans do not have a very good harvest, and it may just be because they have a long harvest. So anywhere, I suppose, that you have the ability weather-wise to keep them in the ground for a little bit longer, you're going to have more luck with the Okinawans. So these were, like I said, were over 6 months in the ground with nice warm weather. Now May was a little chilly, but still we had pretty good weather here. Now I still like warmer. Those of you that I follow in places like Hawaii, that I'm so envious of. I would love to be able to grow these in Hawaii, and I think that's probably a good place to grow them. And I got another one here. In any case, I'm not going to keep you watching me dig them all up, but this was a nice harvest. It was probably not an efficient harvest considering the size of this bed. I could have used the 100-gallon ones, but I'm probably going to miss some because I did find some that were really deep, and I don't know that I have the energy to dig that deep today. In any case, so if they come back, if there's one under there and it comes back next year, more power to it. Let me scan the camera to the ones that I've harvested so far, which is not a bad harvest. I think there were about 6 slips I had in here. So let me swirl the camera around. Okay, and you see them? I can't even tell. There you go. So those were the ones that I've harvested so far. Not too bad, not so shabby. We're going to enjoy them. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll probably do a Okinawan taste test in a couple months or a couple weeks after I cure them a little bit. And thank you guys for watching, and keep growing. Have a great day.